GM, everyone. I'm Peter from Near Week, and I'm delighted to be back with another Near Town Hall. So many things have happened in November. I almost cannot keep up with the pace of uh, innovation and shipping within the Near ecosystem. And yesterday we had a massive announcement from the Near protocol AI team. So let's get into it. First up is as always, is Illia, the co-founder of Near Protocol, who's here to give you an update about some of the things that he's been working on. Ilya, great to have you here.
Hello, hello. Thanks for having me
Hello.
here.
Of course, just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who's been working on shipping the AI product that went live yesterday. I know a lot of us have been waiting eagerly for this to happen. So huge congrats to that. And sir, please take it away and let me know when to change the slides.
Sounds good. I'm excited to kind of give quick updates on what different folks been working on. So let's go to the next slide. So I think one big shout out is to our protocol team. They've been continuously pushing this year nonstop with releases, and we have a new release coming to 10. It just came out a few days ago for the mainnet kind of validator adoption, and I think should be voted in and go live by December 9th, if I'm not mistaken. There's a lot of quality of life improvements, a lot of optimizations, especially around gas. So Near is getting faster and cheaper. And importantly, there's a deterministic contract IDs. And for those who are not engineers, what this means is you can start building effectively sharded smart contracts. You can build a lot of different new use cases where effectively you can send money to a contract that doesn't exist yet, but its ID defines what parameters and which contract hash it will be initialized with. And so this allows to really build things like escrow, where you send money to effectively an account ID that doesn't exist yet, and then it gets initialized when already the escrow needs to be released. So a lot of cool stuff coming. There's specifically escrow on the intent side been designed around this, but I'm sure there are going to be a ton of other use cases for this. All right, next slide. Obviously, I'm sure everyone is keeping track of intents. It's been growing really well in November. In 30 days, it's at 3.6 billion in cumulative in volume. This is effectively more than double of the total volume, or almost, more than double. So effectively we doubled again in November. And it is accruing fees, which are getting distributed to front ends, as well as some go to protocol. And continue adding new distribution channels and assets. If we go to the next slide, this is like not even everything that happened, but just from like past couple of weeks. Obviously, Monad day one support, SPX, believe in something. We had BitGet wallets through SwapKit, CowSwap integration, Coin98, Rubik, OneKey. So lots of wallets, lots of distribution, new assets integrated, and continuously working on improving the protocol, as well as new features coming down the pipe. I think kind of just as a reflection here, intents have transitioned us from, hey, Near ecosystem is isolated, there's no liquidity, there's no DeFi users, or like few DeFi users, to really we're now at the center of liquidity and users. Every single wallet, major wallet now, has Near intents integration. Every asset that gets listed is accessible by all of those users. All the liquidity, right, is effectively flows through Near. And so we kind of really switched around from this isolated DeFi ecosystem to be really at the center and the hub. And Intents are not stopping here. There's a ton of more really exciting work happening here. I also want to highlight Hot, that continues kind of building more new use cases around Intents as well. They have quite a few things coming, and Sweat are going to be talking later as well. So really exciting. There's a lot more things to do. I think the next kind of wave, unlocking, real world assets, unlocking kind of long tail assets, lending through escrow, etc., is going to continue positioning near ecosystem at the heart of kind of this financial flows. Next slide. Now, as mentioned, we had a Near AI launch. Really excited. There's been long-term coming. I've been talking about it for a while. The mission is if Intent is the economic backbone, Near AI is the front end, is how you're going to interact with computing. And this is the first step toward that, where you actually have fully private, verifiable AI, making sure that there's nobody in the middle, there's no ads, there's no third party that is trying to influence you. And it's really exciting to have already first users like Brave, OpenMind, Fala, who are using Near AI Cloud and providing this to their users. Brave partnership is obviously extremely excited. Something Brendan came to NearCon before, and we've been kind of talking a lot about where the space is going, and so really kind of align on the mission of how do we bring privacy to the internet, how do we ensure everybody owns their data, and really excited kind of Brave integrating Near AI into them. Next slide. Now, we had this two parts, Intents, the economic engine, the unified liquidity, the global market, and AI, the front end. And so this is first use case where this thing's actually coming together. This is just to showcase the power of both of these technologies. And so the full release is tomorrow, so I'm not going to talk too much, but it's a travel agent that's able to use Intents to really book travel, and AI to really understand the requirements, find the best product itinerary, and use Intents to execute it. So remember, AI is the brain, Intents is a muscle. Together, you get this new economy that we're building. So stay tuned for tomorrow's announcement, and kind of they're going to be more and more of these use cases, really bridging these two things together and surfacing how you can use AI and Intents together. Next slide. I think that's all on my side. Hope everyone had an amazing November, and there's still ton of exciting things going to happen in December. See you next month.
Thank you so much for coming, Illia. Keep up the good work. See you around. All right, next up we have Oleg from Sweat in the house. Oleg, how's everything going? Your microphone is muted, or maybe can I unmute you? No, I can't.
Yeah. Hello.
Now it works.
Can you hear me?
Hello. Yeah, we hear you.
Fantastic.
Now.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, Oleg.
It's been busy. We've been building, and been awfully quiet. So I'm very happy to come back to Town Hall and present you fruit of our work.
Thank you so much. I know it's been a big month for Sweat as well, so been excited to have you on this month. Would you like to share a screen, or did you prepare some slides?
Yeah. I've already set up.
Yeah, I'm just
sharing my screen. So if you can just bring that up.
Boom, Oleg, the stage is all yours.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for having me. And as I mentioned, we've been quite quiet for a period of time because we've been busy building. And, kind of in order to give you full context, the reason why we were quiet, we realized that we didn't want to focus on narratives and promising far-fetched future or far-fetched profits, but we need to focus on this right now. And, you're going to see kind of major strides from our side. On product, meaningful features driven by community input rather than what market is telling us is hot this month. And the business model, simplify and make sure that even a toddler can understand our tokenomics. Now, I just want to refresh everyone's memory because we've been silent for a long time. Our mission is to make your movement worth trillions. Now, what does it mean? We're focusing just on two things. The whole organization is focusing on scale and on profit. And this is definitely going to yield some results. So what's the alpha that we spilled a few days ago? First, we've launched our full support for multi-chain, and we've added 4 major networks in addition to Rhea that we've been supporting for a couple of years. So how are we different and what is new? So we call it 111. It's one wallet for all chains, one key that allows you to manage all your accounts on any chain, and major difference from most other providers is one token to pay for all fees. I'm not going to bore you with all of these details because I think that this is a more of a crypto native audience. But one thing that I'll ask you to pay your attention to is basically with this launch, we allow you to pay your fees with your feet. And this would not be possible without near chain signatures, without near MPC network, and without near intents and Relay that is working very closely with this. So thanks to near and near protocol for delivering all of these amazing pieces of tech that enabled us to go live with this. Also, we've done really deep integration of AI and launched support for 28 languages. So we completely revamped the way our app works and how it is translated into different languages, and many more will come. We also got our AI agent, Mia, to provide you full support. So no more emails, 24-hour cycles. You can solve most of the stuff on the spot. And if she can't do something, then she'll flag it to one of the members of the team and will ping you when the answer is given. And last but not least, Mia is now fully multi-chain aware and can do some magical stuff like sending a few bucks to Illia for buying me some sushi. And she will be able to construct the transaction and present you a screen that you can just confirm and pay your fees with your feet. Now, quick summary, 111, deep integration, and added 28 languages. Now, we didn't stop there, and we talked about tokenomics, which is not something that is frequently discussed, I think, in this forum. So as from today, we have a new utility for Sweat, which is universal gas token. You don't need to think about chains. You don't need to know what gas token is operating on any chain. If you have Sweat, you can pay your fees with your feet. And we've been deflationary since 2023, July, but we didn't stop there. And through those revenues that we've generated over the period of our silence, we've accumulated about 601 million Sweat that got burned, which resulted in our total token supply being 1 billion lower than the time of our launch. So a lot of people throw this criticism to us. Oh my God, you are allowing people to turn their steps into crypto. Your token has unlimited emissions and, this is definitely going to zero. No, if you structure your business well, you can actually be deflationary and reduce your token supply over time. This reduction is nearly 5% less than when we've gone live. And next step is at launch, we've committed to spending 50% of our profit on token buybacks and burns. Now, with some major changes, we are now ADGM Foundation. So, kind of one of the toughest regulators to actually pass all the tests with. We've also MiCA compliant, we are very, very close to break even. And also, a kind of financial regulator in the UAE is very friendly to buybacks. We're now happy to announce that from now on, we formally commit to spend 100% of our profits on token buybacks and burns. So, recap: universal gas token for sweat, major burn that brings our total circulating supply less than 20 billion, and we're committing to 100% of our profits to go into buybacks and burns. Now, what's next? In January, we are going to be talking about our path to profitability and also going to be revealing what Sweat Max is. That's it. Thank you very much for having me, guys.
Thank you so much for coming, Oleg, and great update. Keep up the good work. Happy to have you in the ecosystem. Yeah. See you soon, hopefully, for another round of awesome updates.
Absolutely. January, here we come.
Sounds good. And safe Happy New Year to you. No playing around with fireworks, right? Only earning sweat. Or maybe running.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Sweating all the time.
Yeah, sounds
and
good.
Advise everyone to do so.
Yeah, I will. All right. Have a good one, Oleg.
Thank you, Peter. Have a good one.
Bye. All right. I'm just going to add my screen again to the stage here as we're ready for the next presenter, which is Kendall from Proximity. Hello, Kendall. Do you hear me?
I do.
I hear you as well. Do you want to share your screen?
Yep.
Or
I
just
will do that.
Yeah. I'll just remove mine.
Cool. All right. I'm actually speaking on behalf of Yonder today rather than Proximity.
Awesome.
All right. So this is going to be a bit of a teaser for later this month, so everyone have to stay tuned, but we're very excited about this. So just to kind of set the stage here, everyone probably saw the Genius Act pass earlier this year, which is very exciting. It formally kind of regulates stablecoins in the United States, which has already led to, I mean, frankly, an announcement which feels like every hour, and it's actually accelerating. We expect to see basically hundreds of stablecoins be announced and probably even live by the end of 2026. So this is just like continuing to come out and continually more and more legitimate organizations. I think the most recent one was Klarna, which is like an actual bank in the EU. And we've heard that pretty much every major bank, just about in the world, but especially in the US, is working on a stablecoin of some sort. So expect to see a lot more of this. Now, as great as this is, we have an increasing problem of fragmentation. Right now, most of these are not easily interoperable or interchangeable. You cannot, if you have USDC and you want USDT, it's actually still kind of annoying and a bit of a problem, and it's only going to get worse, especially as we start to have this like really, really long tail of stablecoins that people may want to use and to access. There are a lot of solutions that were originally designed for a small number of stablecoins, Curve very famously being one of the earliest ones with their 3-pool between USDC, USDT, and DAI. However, that's Curve in particular, and really all of the solutions that we now have are designed for this kind of world, whether you have USDC and USDT, and then maybe one or two other stablecoins that people are excited about at any given time. Now that we have pretty much every major financial institution in the world who's issuing a stablecoin, there's going to be at minimum dozens of stablecoins that people want to get in and out of, and none of the existing solutions can scale past really 3 or 4. So this is a huge issue, and it is one that we've been figuring out how to design for. And so later this month, we will be unveiling the light paper and the private alpha version of the stablecoin transport protocol. So what is this and why are we excited about it? Well, I'm going to focus today mainly on what it does, and then you can all stay tuned for that light paper to read exactly how it's going to work, where we'll go through it in great detail with some diagrams so you can understand. The reason we are building this is to enable large size swaps. So we're talking over $5 million notional, and generally between $1 and $10 million notional value between any Genius compliant payment stablecoin with very minimal and reliable fees. I think what's most exciting about this is that it is going to scale to any number of stablecoin. There's no real limitation to the amount of stablecoins that this system can support while maintaining the same capital efficiency. It could be 2 stablecoins, could be 200. We don't think it'll be 200, but it can handle that. And no other protocol that I'm aware of, at least, is able to support this. Equally importantly, this is going to be very consistent. So the aim is for one-to-one swaps with like a low fixed fee, and that fee should be very, very reliable. Additionally, with this one-to-one swap, so that you're not going to like think, oh, I have to swap between the Walmart stablecoin and Amazon stablecoin, and I don't know what type of pricing I'm going to get, and I have to go check out these venues. No, you're going to know that you're going to get the same pricing every single time, up to like a pretty large swap size. And our goal is to be able to continually increase that swap size to be, among the best or even the best in the entire market. But I think most importantly, people are going to be able to have reliability when they use this protocol. And the reason that this is possible is because it is just highly capital efficient. And that's because of a new liquidity primitive that the Yonder team has designed. That again, this will be kind of the crux of that light paper that you'll be able to read. And so the result of this is that the stablecoin transport protocol is going to be able to effectively serve near intent solvers and in turn near intents into the most reliable venue for these large stablecoin swaps. The expectation here and the goal here is that for any group or organization or individual that regularly needs to move between different stablecoins. And we fully expect this to, start out kind of, and already is very much on the business side. But, I think even, like individuals, when every single financial product has a stablecoin underpinning it, then the need to move between these is going to be really important. And so especially those financial institutions are going to need to be able to do these swaps very regularly. And so near intents is going to be the best place to do it. So this will be usable from most near intents front ends. It won't even need to be known about or touched by most users. They'll just be like, well, near intents is reliable and very good for these large stablecoin swaps, and a lot of that'll be enabled by STP. If you want a dedicated stablecoin focused UI, the DApp team has shipped stableflow.ai that already just focuses on stablecoins, and they also have an SDK. So right now you can actually swap $1 million worth of USDT cross-chain with the lowest fee that we've been able to see. So go ahead and try that out. And then USDC, USDT will be coming very, very soon. And then, further expansions, especially once STP goes live and is able to kind of support that additional liquidity on near intents. And so, definitely keep your eyes peeled for the light paper really just in a couple of weeks here, which will go into much more detail about this liquidity primitive, how it works, and why we're able to really scale up and solve early in the explosion of stablecoins this fragmentation problem that's already plaguing a lot of use cases and is only going to get dramatically worse as more and more stablecoins come to market. So keep your eyes peeled, and thanks everyone.
You heard the man. Keep swapping those millions, and soon you'll be able to stack those millions and swap even more millions at even lower rates. Incredible. Great job, Yonder and Proximity team. I'm super excited to see this go live very, very soon. All right, next up we have our very own Escobar OG presenting Rhea today. You're muted, Escobar.
Hi, Peter.
Hey, Escobar, can you move a little bit closer to the mic? It's a little low volume.
Yep.
Awesome. Yeah, this is great. I'm just gonna bring your screen onto the stage, and please go ahead, sir.
Thank you, Peter. GM everyone, Escobar here, presenting Rhea Finance. For those who may not be familiar with Rhea Finance, we are the oldest DEX and lending on top of Near Protocol, and recently rebranded February 2025 as part of our transition toward chain abstracted liquidity solutions. Fast forward to this town hall, we have officially launched our new token, merging the previous token on July 30, allowing us to redefine our value directions and long-term purpose for Rhea. And today I'll walk you through our 2025 milestone and our roadmap toward 2026. So yeah, first is a token buyback. Since launching our token, we have bought back 12.5 million Rhea from the market. This aligns with our protocol design and a long-term commitment to sustain our token value, where it comes from our DEX revenue and our lending protocol revenue, where 20% is used for ongoing Rhea token buyback that fund incentive, while 80% is distributed back to LP provider as a reward on the DEX side. While on the lending side, 40% is consistently allocated to buyback Rhea from month to month, and 60% is retained to support Rhea operations and growth. This structure ensures continuous buy pressure, while we also gonna reward liquidity providers and also loyal community from time to time. And on the screen, you'll see the key statistics for October and November of what Rhea have achieved as well, including 11 million worth of Zcash has been supplied through our lending protocol, along with 9 million near stake for our near LST token called near. And lastly, on the right side of the screens, you'll be able to see a couple's chain logos where it presents our Rhea cross-chain lending that we gonna see on the next slide. Yeah, so Rhea cross-chain lending, we have delivered that to the market over the past 5 months as one of our main core product. What you see on the screen is how our cross-chain lending operate, powered by near intent. Any chain where they hold a balance on their wallet. This will become our flagship product moving forward, built on near intent and supported by near global contract, which enable users to have a unified liquidity across chain across the chain. So Rhea is integrating this by creating a multi-chain account layer, and for the users. So whenever they sign the transactions at the first place to bind their wallet onto their multi-chain account, the position of their liquidity will be unified. This also include cross-chain trading that we go live. That's already go live on our beta.rhea.finance, supported by near intent on the backend. Additionally, two major product is already live on near that has already live on near since July 30, as our liquid staking token and our vault that support near inflation reductions. Where right now on our near vault itself, we are giving out 6.2% of APY based on the looping strategy that we provided for the users. So moving to the next slide, this is one of the most important pieces we have been building. Our Zcash 5 product will go live in 7 days. The audit has been fully completed by today. We are just testing the product to make sure there's polishing the user experience. So what is going to happen for the Zcash user or the Zcash token holder? With Zcash 5, user will be able to supply assets directly from their wallet, from their native Zcash wallet, or borrow Zcash token using their Zcash wallet directly after they have built up positions, let's say on EVM or on Solana. All of the user position will be unified across every supported chain, including Solana, EVM, and BTC. And on top of that, user will be able to trade directly from the Zcash native wallet through the Rhea app, access to all the assets that sometimes maybe on the Jashi side, it's not directly updated. But on Rhea, we have ensured that the token that been listed on Rhea cross-chain trading will be fully aligned with the update that Intent implement. And on the next things is the Rhea near MetaDex aggregator. We have tried out this product on other chain, to make sure we can deliver the best MetaDex aggregator in Near itself, aggregating our all of our liquidity pool and also Near intent as one of the source of liquidity. And we are charging a very small fee for this to make sure there is a very good output on the user trading side. While on the cross-chain DEX aggregator will be supported through Near intent along with other solutions that we can find in the market at the moment to make sure we are also offering the best quote when user trade. The last two things that might be very interesting and important for the community is privacy development. It's something that we have been focusing on, and also something that we have tried to escalate to the team to make sure this can be delivered by early 2025, along with a Zcash compatible browser extension wallet. While we are trying to figure out what's the best way to make sure there is a Zcash extension wallet as well, and it can be useful for all those dApps in especially in Near that can be leveraged by them. Yeah, I think that's all from the update from Rhea. Thank you so much for listening, and you can scan the QR code if you want to get access to Rhea's latest update. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming, Escobar. Keep shipping and have a
Thank you, Peter.
great day. All right. So you heard the man. Remember to scan the QR code. Join the Rhea economy. You will not regret it. Lastly, on the call, we're going to end it up with some Cypher Degen energy. We have some really cool announcements from the Templar protocol team. Just going to add Royal Fool to the stage. Are you there, my friend?
Yep, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, hear you loud and clear. You shared a video earlier. You can share a screen. I can also play it. Just let me know when you want it to roll.
Could you please play the video first, and then I'll share my screen? Does that work?
Yeah, it does. Just a
All right,
second.
thank you.
Just 1 second. I just need to stop this. Then I'll put it on here. Let's see if this works. Oh. Video file, boom. Here we go. Okay.
Yep, you can mute the video audio, and I'll just talk through what's going on here. So you can go to zec.templarfi.org. This is showing the latest UI that will also be rolling out to app.templarfi.org, which supports all the different assets as collateral, Near assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum assets, with more coming soon. Just a one-page UI where you select the amount of collateral you want to use, deposit, and it's just, there's no extra Zcash connection or wallet required. You can just send it as like a normal transaction, sending it to the deposit address, just like you would to an exchange or another user. Same typical flow as Bitcoin as well. You can connect with a Near wallet, Solana wallet, or a passkey. So there's multiple different options for that. You can borrow, you can supply, and when you supply, that can be in Solana stablecoins, as is demonstrated here, and Near stablecoins on some markets, as well as Ethereum, USDC on other markets as well. So yeah, borrow, supply flows all supported there. And we've also recently added support for an overview with the markets as well. which you should see coming up soon. Yep, so here's the account overview page. And then on the markets, just on Zcash, there's only one market, but if you go to app.templarfi.org, you can select from multiple different markets, see kind of like the overview of the rates, how much liquidity is available, and so forth. And I'll do a bit of a demo on the screen share as well here, so you can kind of see that. Let me share my screen here. All right, this one here. All right. So here you can see kind of like our different markets that are live right now. We have Stellar markets, we have Bitcoin, Wrap Bitcoin, ST Near, Zcash. Currently, we're just using kind of the USDC markets, but we can support other stablecoins as well in the future. And as you can see, you can get details on how much is supplied, how much is borrowed, total liquidity, the current rates, which vary based off of utilization curve, and then the current account status, how much you have in different assets there. There's the old borrow and supply screens here, but that will be updated soon. And I guess I can go over a bit of a roadmap as well after the Zcash launch. So we're going to be adding support for Ripple, Cardano, Doge, Litecoin, basically most of the assets that you can't really borrow against on Aave or Morpho or any of those other larger lending providers. And looking to add support for more chains as well. And yeah, that's what we're aiming for. So yeah.
Thank you so much for coming. Awesome to see all of this happening, and keep up the Cypher lending vibe. So basically, Cypher lending means no KYC, or what's sort of like behind it?
Yeah, so Cypher lending means that there are no trusted third parties. It means that we preserve the user's privacy as much as possible. As part of the push for Zcash, that means that we're not collecting any personally identifiable information. It also is implicitly chain abstracted. So we're really counting on Near's tech continuing to grow and proliferate across different chains and stablecoins. As Kendall mentioned, there are all these different kind of corpo stablecoins coming out, even corpo chains, like Stripe's Tempo. So, that's going to fragment the liquidity across all these different chains. So users will, they don't actually necessarily want to have to deal with, this stablecoin's on this L2 and I want it to be on this L1 so I can buy this asset. They just want to be able to use the assets that they care about and not really care about the chain. So the chain abstracted piece is definitely a big part of Cypher lending as well. And just the general kind of cypherpunk principles that crypto was founded upon. So yeah, like I mentioned, the no trusted third parties is a big part of that. But I think that becomes even more important going forward, as there are more kind of corporations and people that don't necessarily share those principles coming into the space, ensuring that everything is permissionless. And if you want to use those kind of corpo options, you can, but also having the option to use uncensorable assets and preserve your privacy as well is what we're shooting for.
Awesome. Yeah, I really love the product and the things you're building, Worldful, and your ethos. Like, we need more of this in the world. So keep on doing your thing, and thank you so much for coming. Already excited to hear more about what's going to come from your end in the coming town halls. So have a great one, and thank you so much for coming, man.
Cool. Thank you, Peter.
All right. Templar was the last project to present today before we wrap it all up, I would like to ask everyone on this call, if you're not already part of the Near Legion, make sure to join it. This is where all the ecosystem alpha is dropped. This is where your voice becomes important. This is where you can actually help shape the ecosystem that we're all part of. So head over to the Near Legion, join the Telegram, and take part in the daily activities, and of course partake in all of the many missions they have. They also just recently launched a pretty cool NFT collection, so obviously also advocate for heading over there and taking a look at it. Of course, none of that is financial advice. You should buy it because you think the artwork is sick, which it is. Last up, I would like to repeat what Illia presented earlier on, because I think this really deserves some attention, which is a lot of the significant partnerships that the Near Intense team have been establishing and kicking off in November. What you see on this page is only from the month of November, and these are only the stuff that could fit on a slide. As you see, there are actually many more. The Near Intense team doesn't sleep, and from here, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone contributing on the Near Intense framework. They're doing fantastic work. I think especially the Ledger wallet integration is a massive win. So keep up the good work, everyone. And also, of course, want to highlight some of the metrics behind the Near Intense protocol. So, of course, the $7 billion mark of in regards to all-time volume was broken or reached yesterday, I believe. And it seems like this number only continues to go up, as you see on the graph on the cumulative volume. That's the orange line you watch here. This is some pretty insane growth, and believe that it's only going to continue. You heard what Kendall is working on, and I believe that there are many more integrations to come. This is like still super early, knowing that the product or the protocol is only like a year old, a little bit more than a year old. So definitely keep an eye on Near Intense and everything that's going to do for Web3, basically unifying liquidity and giving users the best option, not caring about what chain they're on whatsoever. Like, Near Intense makes Web3 or crypto so much easier to navigate and gives you accessibility, grants you access to more or less any asset. So we're starting to see the early days of a superior user experience, which is on-chain, versus that this has actually, of course, been residing on the SEC side for many years. But now the technology is here, and as you can see, people are using it and they love it. And I encourage anyone, if you haven't tried it before, of course, not financial advice, but you need to try out swapping one asset across chains, like one asset from another across chains. It's like pure magic, to be honest. So again, huge shout out to everyone working with Near Intense. And that brings us to the end of this town hall. Dear friends, I hope that this town hall call, gives you an idea of what's cooking within the Near ecosystem. Near is really shipping infrastructure and working at the cutting edge of AI and blockchain. We're shipping infrastructure for agents. Watch out tomorrow for the Trav AI product to go live. We're shipping infrastructure for the next era of the internet, and we won't stop until Near is the backbone of the coming autonomous economy. The community is grinding, and it's building, and it's showing the world what's possible with blockchain technology. So again, shout out to every developer, founder, and community contributor pushing the Near protocol vision forward. you will be rewarded. As always, everything that has been presented on this call is not financial advice. You should do your own research, and you should, most importantly, use your own judgment. But if you're paying attention, you know where the signal is. Remember to subscribe to Neoweek to stay in the loop. And if you're building something amazing, this stage is yours. Do not hesitate to hit us up. We would love to feature your project or whatever you're building, as long as it's Near protocol centric, of course. So see you next month, everyone. Keep building, and remember that the future of AI runs on Near protocol.
Thanks for watching. Truly, open AI is near. Follow Near Protocol. Subscribe to Near Week.